My name is Brandon and I garden in Phoenix, Arizona. And before I go any further, I want to make sure I issue a trigger warning. I'm going to be talking about rodent control, so if you're sensitive to the topic, I highly recommend you keep scrolling. As some of you may know, after all these years, I'm finally having to deal with rodents in my garden, and it's been a journey. When I got started, I had no idea what I was doing, and I had to do a lot of research, and I want to save you guys that hassle. I'm sure I'm probably going to get some heat for this, but I feel like it's important to give you guys those resources, so I'm going to do it anyways. If you go to the hardware store, you're going to find a bunch of different types of traps. Most of them are going to involve poisons or they're going to involve glue. Both of these are pretty cruel and it's a slow process for the rodent to undergo. However, there's a lot more humane and still cost-effective solutions to get to your desired result. This first one's a little bit controversial, but it's your traditional snap trap. When done correctly, these are a much more humane solution as it's a pretty instant end. I will advise you want to make sure you get a quality product. The cheap ones just aren't going to cut it. When you're looking for a good snap trap, you want to look for something that's durable, reusable, and highly rated. The second one is going to be electric traps. These are a much more humane solution and probably my preferred method. Once that conductive plate is stepped on, it's over pretty quick. These traps are not messy and they're completely reusable. At the end of the day, you're still unaliving the rodent, but it's much faster and, in my opinion, better than some of the other solutions out there. The third one is cage traps. These are somewhat effective, but not so much in my case. However, these traps do give you an option to relocate that animal away from your home or garden if that's what you choose to do. And lastly, I found a long-term solution that is extremely humane and one of the best ones that I've seen so far. This uses birth control on the rodents. It does so using food that's completely harmless and limits their ability to reproduce. In conjunction with some other humane traps, this can be a really effective solution to mitigate that problem over time. However, you do have to keep on top of it because once you stop putting it out, it's going to stop being effective. This is going to be a solution that's extremely effective for farms, businesses, and other areas where you may have a lot of rodents. From here forward, I'm going to be sticking by my new mantra: your garden, your rules. If you choose a different solution to your problem, you do you, boo. No judgment here. And if you don't like the methods that I've chose, that's okay too. I've come to realize that I'm not going to be able to please everybody, and that's just something I have to accept, so it is what it is. If you're interested in any more information on any of these methods, make sure you leave a comment and I'll make sure that I connect you with those resources. So until next time, as always, happy gardening, everybody.